Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The message behind saying the title of the Heavyweight Podcast is to be able to say that we can weigh in on some heavy shit. You know, what we're talking about is important from every aspect of it. It's a heavy weight. It's not just about physical weight, but the weight of things that can weigh our minds. So I think it's dope that we can have this conversation. What's good? This is episode 102 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your name for these beautiful people out here.
I'm your boy Pusha Teeth.
Well
Not
played.
even gonna get in that one.
Well played.
Hey, it's Teeth. They've been pushing.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit further. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, they call me Hunter.
How are your weeks?
Oh my God! Actually, I'm happy it's over.
This nigga said Pusha Teeth.
That was a long one.
That's what she said.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I gotta learn this pause stuff. But vacation week, you know how that go. So every day at work was like too long, even though I left early.
Bruh.
But I made it, and now we're here. Thank goodness. And other than that, yeah, good, pretty good. Can't complain. How about y'all?
My week was a week of anime and laying down. That's it. That's all I can do.
So you and Andreas have similar weeks.
Because I can't do much with this cast on my foot. So that's pretty much what I do. So it was all in all, it was good. I got some business taken care of, and Kevin has blessed me with a wonderful joke. I'm gonna laugh off this for days. Yeah, that was good. It was good.
Glad I can help. You surprised? This is what we do every week.
Right? No, I was waiting for me to finish or me whatever. But my week is my week. You motherfuckers know it by now. Keep your head down, go to work, come home, and just relax. As long as nothing drastically happens, I'm okay.
You do nothing dangerous at work?
Is that what happens? Is that what happens when you get older? It's just super routine.
Yeah. Hey, and you got to remember, there's no kids in there to change it up.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You got your grandson. He come over and throw some shit in there every once in a while.
Randomly, but he ain't there. He's not there during the week when we work. So no, I wake up, come home, go to work. Wake up, come home, go to work.
If you need somebody to mix it up, I will drop my daughter at the doorstep. Have her there about 8:30 in the morning when you get there. You just have her send
Oh my God, bro! Oh hell no, man! What the fuck, man?
Now, when a grandson comes over, yeah, that week is different. That day is different. But no, outside of that, nah, dude. Right.
Yeah, that's a shot. That was a shot. You threw a shot.
Yeah, when you get older,
I went through it. I'm done with that.
Exactly. Exactly. Not even gonna lie about it. It's a beautiful thing, especially being able to lay in your living room with your dick out. Yeah, I mean, you don't.
Anyway, McFly. Mr. McFly.
I see where this is going. This whole episode.
It was I got through the work week. I guess I had a Hunter-like week because I kept my head down and stayed off the radar because they looking for blood.
Laying there with your dick out, but
I got 3 kids in this house. I can't do that.
Why not? Andreas do it.
Oh my God!
But yeah, I just go to work and get through the week, man.
I feel it.
Like I said, we're getting ready for a possible strike. So they're nitpicking and
yeah, you guys hit the news.
Yeah, apparently. And then I did have an instance where another trucker from a different company was like, "Oh, so you guys you're in contract talks?" And oh man, we really aren't trying to see how it goes because you guys dictate how we get paid. So like, once we get paid, they get paid more. So whatever comes out of this contract dictates what the rest of the trucking world does. I didn't even think about it that way until you said it, because like shit. So you guys are just waiting to see what we get paid. So you guys, when you guys go negotiate, it bumps you guys up.
Absolutely.
That's dope. But other than that, just working and staying off the fucking radar.
We out here, Jerry Maguire and this bitch. Show me the money here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we get into the festivities, since he brought up Pusha Teeth, did you guys catch the first round of that battle? Jim Jones.
I just learned Jim Jones dropped today, so I haven't heard it. Like on my way home, I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I didn't realize he responded.
You know how you know how it started, right? Like as far as Jim Jones taking a shot and saying he didn't think
him being
he was
stupid shit.
He didn't think that he was a top 50 lyricist or whatever, and then I guess Pusha T at the Louis Vuitton or Gucci whatever run show fashion show dropped a song as they were walking the runway, and then it got back to Jim Jones, who then released the track in a couple days dissing Pusha T, and then Pusha T came back last night, which I sent to Maurice, dissing Jim Jones. And
was it oh, Pusha T came back?
Yeah, and he
Unleashed
the Fury.
He bodied him in like what 16.
To be honest, you sent that at what, like 11:30?
Yeah, I would tell you, I was up and I was just sitting there with the Lark trying to get him to sleep. So I would just.
Everyone knows I'm in bed by 9.
So
8:30. At least with your phone, that shit literally goes into do not disturb at 8. I was like, God damn, like. But yeah,
no, I will listen after today's festivities.
It excites me because especially stuff like 4th of July. Like when I don't plan on working.
Jones ain't got no bars though, man.
But he doesn't.
I actually thought he did decent I didn't expect Jim Jones to do what he did. I never gave Jim Jones any credit. So when I heard what he did, I was like,
he's going against Pusha though. He has to like raise his level.
It's not even on the same.
Like he has to raise his bar.
So it's no way.
Did Jim Jones drop a disc before Pusha came back? Or you just said the line?
Yeah, he dropped a disc.
He had like the little snippet from the runway show, so he dropped a disc to that. Responding to that, and then Pusha T responded to his diss. Last night.
That was full on.
So I need to find the Jim Jones disc first, and then listen to the response. I got it in order.
But I thought Jim Jones did pretty good for because I was more impressed than what I thought I'd be. But he's
my question: do you think he'll stay music? Because like that's the problem with people like Jim Jones.
I think Pusha T will. I'm
talking about Jim Jones because Jim Jones is one of them niggas who wants to prove that he's still out there.
I think it'll stay music. I don't think because
he's jumped a couple people the past couple of years.
Though he has that reputation, I think Pusha T probably has more clout that he gets credit for as far as streetwise. So it's one of them things where it's like it's just gonna stay bars, bro. You're not gonna,
baby. You don't mess with that.
Like. You're not gonna go past this. We're just gonna keep it bars. That's what I think is gonna. And the thing is, they're not on the same level, but it's still exciting to see because as a fan of hip hop and music, it's rare that you get to see like actual battles anymore. Because I think the last one I got excited for was what Pusha T and Drake, and then they came in and ended that before it even got good.
Too much money out here for y'all.
I want Kendrick and Drake. That would be fun, but I just want them to just actually do it.
But I like it when it's
I don't think
clever.
Kendrick would take Drake serious, though. I don't think it'd be. Kendrick would be like, okay.
I don't think so. I think if he did, he's gonna try to annihilate that nigga.
Like, I think what's funny, people don't give Drake enough credit.
No, Drake. I don't think Drake can't rap, and I think it would be entertaining. But I feel like Kendrick is that type of rapper who lives for this type of shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I think people will sleep on Drake in that battle and then go, wait a minute. Like, because the thing about Drake is if you listen to a lot of Drake's underground shit, Drake before fame was very versatile. He could rap in so many different styles. He had but the thing is he went for the money. He even says in a lot of his music, if he went for the money, but if he rapped how he wanted, like rap, which is what people were saying. They were hoping that his next album was supposed to be for the Dogs, was just a rapidy rap album since he no longer has to make the money anymore. I think a lot of people would be really pleasantly surprised, and it'd be a very even match. Like it'd be one of them things where Kendrick was like, "Damn, I didn't even know Drake could do this." Like,
I don't believe that. I believe Kendrick knows Drake can rap.
I know he knows he can rap, but I don't think
he can rap his ass off. And I think he's like this. Like I think it's almost we're talking speculative about shit that ain't ever gonna happen. But
what if it happens?
That'll be dope. I'll be happy about
this
that.
album
I'll get excited about
Drake
that.
actually takes a shot.
I'll be excited because then those are the type of niggas that will go. They will go. I'm like, damn, we about to have like 8 songs.
Instead of taking subtle subliminals at people, he just actually goes in.
But I'm gonna listen. Sorry, but I forgot too. I think Jim Jones is also delusional. Like
He is.
I don't know.
Ballin'. He said he ain't been relevant since Ballin'.
Well, he said he's the one who made
He gonna call Cameron from
He made Kid Cudi because of the remix.
Let's get into it. I'm not gonna respond to that.
Right?
But he used in his diss to Jim Jones, he used the Cameron interview where he was talking about him crying.
Who
about Jim Jones crying on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh man, a grown man can cry, man. We got emotions too.
And he said, "You better not cry." Oh, this nigga done cried. He cried.
These niggas gonna fight.
He said, "Don't let that tear drop."
They gonna run into each other at a dinner.
All right, I guess we'll get into the shenanigans. The shenanigans. First topic, since we're on it, what does hip hop mean to you, and how much has it influenced your life?
Everything. I was thinking about that. I was like, I think we're all about that, and that because that 50-year-old thing is like we're literally born into that. Like that's what. Even listening to like your parents' music, that shit was in hip hop. Like they took all that shit and just kept going. Like, so I think for me, it's literally damn near everything. Like the way I dress, the way I do everything.
I think it's amazing because it's even in my vernacular and how I talk.
Yeah,
and it's like it's funny because judging by how much and what you listen to, you probably be able to dictate what your preferences are in music by how you speak. You be like, so like I'm gonna assume you listen to more East Coast rap. You're like, how you know that shit? Like, because like I was watching last night the Busta Rhymes BET performance, trying to put a lark to sleep, and I got really excited. And I was just jumping around, and I said, "God damn, like this shit's fun for me. Like to see him do like all of his hits in the beginning, and I was like, I grew up on all this shit. Like from
Do you do Break Your Neck?
He did a little bit of Break Your Neck, and then he did
Got You in Check? Wow.
No, he did
that's surprising.
the fucking the leaders of the new school shit. The scenario, what's the scenario? That shit had me hyped. The row like a Dungeon Dragon. Just listening to all that shit.
That's not Nicki Minaj's song?
No.
I'm messing with you.
What about Cavassier?
No. He just did a quick rendition of stuff, and then he got to Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See, and he brought out Coyle Ray, and she did her mix to that, and then he did the Touch It. He brought out Swiss Beats and the Raw Digger, her verse on the Touch It remix.
Raw Digger.
And it was exciting, and then and it was just fun to see us because I'm looking at these two old dudes and both of them got bellies, and it's just it's dope to see these guys are been around for forever. I was staring at Busta Rhymes and I'm I remember when you were the skinny dreadlock having dude, and then you got buff, and then now he's in his older years and he's still doing it, and it's it was dope to watch.
When he was in his raw bag,
yeah. But it's and it's dope to watch because then you realize how much of that influenced your growing up. For me, it helped me a lot growing up to have hip hop. If I didn't have hip hop, I probably wouldn't be here.
Easily the most influential music out there, easily.
And then I was listening to a country station because sometimes you hop on these tractors and motherfuckers are having on certain stations, and they were playing something. And I said, "This is heavily hip hop influenced," and I didn't turn the station. I just kept listening because you can hear the influence in other genres, and you're like, "That's dope."
What's in there now? They rapping in country.
Yeah. And then you hear some of the slang they say in the songs, and like you're like, "What the fuck?" Like this nigga just said, "Badum."
There's gonna be someone's gonna say nigga in a country song. It's coming.
Even the slower country song got R&B vibes to it.
But when you hear the hip hop slang in country, you're like, damn.
That guy who was with who is it? Lil Durk. He did that songs with Lil Durk. He got in trouble for saying the N-word. But like I heard the clip and I was like, he was saying it like he was black. Like he wasn't. I think he was hanging out with Durk and them, and he was like, "I like that."
I would like to hear Hunter's answer this because I'm pretty sure he was at a Kool Moe Dee concert back in the day
with this Gumby.
Because he's gotten the whole evolution of hip hop. He's been through every stage.
You were here from the beginning, right?
I might have been.
Well, I never liked 80s hip hop.
Is that because you were a part of it?
No, I don't. It's just the way it is.
You were out there doing graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the 90s though.
Oh, so he's little Ice Cube and shit.
Yeah,
but you got to get Cool Hurt.
I never was big into 80s hip hop. I like 90s, and then in 2000s I fell out of it.
2000, like at the 2000 mark?
Yeah, right around the 2000
mark. There's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand.
So fuck all that.
My take on hip hop has really changed over the last few years. Because if you really look at it from a society standpoint, it's one of the most derogatory musics that we use against ourselves.
Sometimes.
Yes.
But it's such a vast thing that you can choose to not hear that. There's so much that's uplifting.
I mean, even it's the fact that only our society is the one that's doing it.
Doing what?
We're the ones that call our own women bitches and hoes and everything else under the rainbow when it don't need to be that way.
We're not the only ones.
What are you talking about? You crazy bitch? You fuck so good you're on top of it? That's not no niggas.
No, I'm just saying that's the way our music is.
Some of it's derogatory, and I
feel like you could use that to a degree to any fucking genre. There's going to be a part of that has their own whatever. Shit. It's just what, like Kevin says, what you choose to listen to. Because a lot of the shit I was growing up with wasn't bitch hole nigga this nigga that. So
it wasn't, but it has gone that way.
But it's still but I think that's the mainstream that gets pressed to us because there's so many like artists and groups out there that you could play and be like, I could let my mom listen to this. Like that
right there, what you said right there, the mainstream, what gets pushed to us.
Yes.
That's where I started getting away from and that's
I was pushed to Bone Thugs and Harmony, but I didn't know half of the shit they were saying, and
oh man,
I was gonna recite you know what's
that's how me and T-Jor met. Actually, I think we was reciting Bone Thugs lyrics. And I was like, oh, you know that.
What's so fucked up is you could sit there and read Bone Thugs lyrics and say, "Damn, that's not at all what I thought."
Is that what they said? Is that what they said?
Oh, I didn't say no. Somebody said that clip what Busy Bone was saying. He recited Crossroads, and he was like, "That's what I said, not whatever y'all said."
What's
up, boy's name? Twister? Yeah, Twister. It was always hard to understand.
85% of what Twister says.
So I always felt Twister was the most clear at what he was saying at that speed.
Yeah, I would give you that.
No, I think I would say
listen though.
I would say M is a little more clear when he's rapping fast.
That's not his style though. You know what I mean? That's not what he stays at. He didn't stay at that.
Yeah, but Twister throughout the years, he was the one I could say, well, I listen to him, I can clearly hear what he's trying to say. The Bone Thugs, you have to decipher a lot of what's being said, especially Busy Bone.
Yeah, Busy Bone. He had to,
I mean, the only person that you didn't really have a problem with was Wishbone.
I would say most of the hip hop I listened to were starting off with I listened to mostly underground rappers. I wasn't really a big mainstream guy outside of the big ones. I listened to Pac and Biggie, DMX. I didn't really listen to Jay until like the 2000s. We did the whole Hot Boy thing. Everybody in high school does the Hot Boy thing. I don't know why. And Snoop. But as I got older, Hunter, that mainstream rap became less and less appealing to me. Like I would say 2005, 2006, it was about lyrics to me. What you were saying had to be clever. I didn't want to hear it.
Here's a fun fact that I've never said aloud. My first musical hip hop influence was the Brat.
Her fine ass.
I remember saving up my allowance money, and I went to there was a music store in the same shopping center as my dad's barbershop, and I saved up money and I went there and I bought this is gonna make me sound, but a the Brat cassette tape.
Damn. You should have said CD. Should just said CD.
No, there was no CDs.
That was one of the first artists that made me want to actually like rap.
You know,
but like Chris Cross before that, like Chris Cross was like, jump. But like when I heard the Brat, I was like, she nice with it. I want to do that.
Also, because I was heavy into R&B because that was really played in my house, like oldies and R&B. Yeah. So my first cassette, Andy, was actually a Blackstreet. My first CD was a Maya CD.
Yeah. My first.
That's why I get so much Maya content from you.
Oh my! I love that woman. I love that woman. I've loved that woman since I was like 8. It ain't gonna stop.
She looks the same too now.
Yeah, even in the 90s,
right now.
The early part of the 90s, I was heavily into R&B over rap, and then it kind of just changed a little bit. I went a little more rap, but 2000s, I just kind of started drifting away.
The dope thing about hip hop is, like when we talk about eras, everything had like the dope thing about hip hop is you can hear it when you hear music. Go, oh, that was the early 2000s, or that was the 90s, or that was the 80s.
You can talk about
the beats, the selection of beats, what the subject matter is, what's popular. Because like in the 2000s, early 2000s, whatever it was, you would hear apple bottom jeans or whatever mainstream wise, and like. Or even if you hear underground, you hear what they were talking about in the times as far as political, whatever they were referring to at the time is represented in the music. Like it's so, and then like, and even doper thing about hip hop especially is there are certain songs specifically, I bet, that we all have that we can, when we hear it, we go, it takes you back to that time. So like, as soon as you hear this song, man, I remember that day when I first heard the song, I was doing this, and this, and this. Cause like, I know when I hear Biggie Hypnotize, I get like kind of go back in time and I think about being in my dad's barbershop. And I remember hearing this on the radio and sweeping up and thinking, damn, like I still got another 4 hours till we go home because like it's only 3 or 4 in the afternoon and my dad don't leave till 7. Like stuff like that where as soon as you hear the song, it takes you back to that time.
Mm-hmm. And see, me, I liked it a lot back then because it was more story related. It was more story related kind of life versus now it's just, I don't like now.
That's what you gotta.
That's because you gotta
search for it. Yeah,
you listen to the right.
But the problem to me,
my music has completely changed. I only listen to hip hop now is to listen to a bass line or a beat.
Yeah, I was like, whatever you listen to now is still hip hop influence, which is dope.
He listens to house music.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of EDM and stuff like that.
Hip hop influence.
I remember forever. It's sad. One of my favorite Drake songs is "Change the Game," and it's not because I really like the song. It's just because it reminds me of a moment at a party that I will every time I hear. I remember it, and I like, oh, this is the best shit ever. Best shit ever.
I think the thing I do give you on that, Hunter, with the degrading shit is with hip hop. I think hip hop's got to learn to lift up their greats. Because I think when I look at it, I was looking at it and I was talking to one of my homies about it. It's like, this is like one of the only genres of music where they'll shit on the old folks. Like, oh, well, we get money over here now, oh, nigga, like, or something like that. Or like, it's like how rock and roll, they'll be like, all right, you can go on this tour, we'll bring you out and all this and do that. It's like, this is the genre that will do that to each other instead of like.
I think in an aspect of that is it makes to me hip hop the most honest reflection of how we grow up. Like because it
being hating because they're hating. Like I don't like that.
What I'm saying, like it's the same. It's no different than because a lot of these motherfuckers come from the hood. So like it's the same thing as the drug boys on the block. The young cats look at the old cats and say, "You don't know nothing, OG."
But I don't like that.
We out in this. But I'm saying it's a reflection of it. No one's teaching them.
The point is supposed to be. This is a reflection, yes, but this is our way of growth as well. And like,
but no one's
doing that. We're like, ooh.
Because as being a part of hip hop myself, on the contradiction of that, a lot of OGs don't like to respect young cats.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Same shit.
So a young kid might be trying to give his flowers to the OG, and the OG will shit him like, "What you know, nigga?" You be like, "Oh, so fuck giving you flowers, then I'm gonna go out here and do this." And it's kind of like a give and take on both sides. It's you have the young cats who come out here and they don't respect what came before, and then you have the young cats that actually got an education on what came before, and when they try to go back to give props, they get shit on. They get tainted or shitted on for trying to show, hey, I respect you. You know, you came before me, and then they go, fuck you. You know, what you think you're doing is better than me, and you're like, well, you know, since you're gonna take that approach to it, fuck it then. Like, so it kind of is. It's bitter.
That's why I also think that the ones that pay homage to the old are the ones that stick around and have longer careers.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people who flame out.
I'm gonna give you this too, though. I'm gonna give you this. Sometimes I'm with the old heads because now it's unfortunate because you could be ass now and still be.
Oh, it's a lot of people.
This is what I'm sorry to cut you off, Marie. Before I lose this train of thought, that was what I shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. There was a part in that Joe Budden said the most honest shit that I've ever heard a rapper say to an audience. He said, for all the artists that I've ever told, hone on your craft, practice your skill, get better, and you'll be famous. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong. You could be ass.
Because when you see what is famous and what is popular, and you realize most of these motherfuckers don't take time to hone their craft.
Nope.
They don't take time to do it, and they're famous now because of a line on TikTok or some
or a hook.
Off the ball shit or a half ass, and you can listen to them when they record it that they don't actually give a fuck about this. They just.
But this shit started with the ringtone rap.
Yeah,
that's why I was against the ringtone rap.
It's when
she went crazy.
And it's a very true statement. It's you look at it, and you're like, think about that though, like Kevin, like. As people or artists that try to hone in their craft, and you've been told this for years.
Yeah, and then this ass nigga shows up.
Get better, master your craft, sharpen your skill, and then all of a sudden you hear a motherfucker get famous off of something stupid, and you're like,
because you can't tell me that Soulja Boy rap better than John Connor, and John Connor is not as famous as Soulja Boy.
Listen.
The
confliction for me is like, cool. I'm happy you guys are getting money, but damn.
Trash.
Think about like what is it? It was a JJ Fish or whatever that dude is. That
JJ Fish.
But he wasn't a rapper. He was a
legend.
But I'm saying. I remember somebody gave him an interview and he said, "You motherfuckers laugh at me now, but I just made this," and I was like, "He's not wrong." He honed in on something where he was like, "I'm so horrible at it. People will tune in just because I'm so horrible at it."
And
he was doing interviews, and he was on Wild 'N Out, and he was on other. He was like on Breakfast Club
for being horrible, and he did it on purpose.
Yes,
brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And that's hip hop. Hip hop. What's up? Get it. Go get it. Hustle.
But it's one of the things where now it's literally became, it's a hustle. It's no longer about being really talented at the ability. It's about how you hustle it. It's about how you able to sell it to somebody and make them buy into it. Because it ain't about the skill no more.
Nope. There is, but it's just not the mainstream cats. Like, we're lucky to have like Kendrick, Cole, Drake, all them.
Yeah, what I mean, like as far as being popular now, like it's not about the skill anymore. It's not about when you actually take the time and you're actually saying, I actually enjoy hip hop and I enjoy stimulating my brain and I enjoy that. There is a market. You have to search for it. But like as far as what mainstream dictates is, we're not looking for.
Yeah. They want to hear skill.
A lot of lyricists don't make it big.
You know what's dope?
A lot of lyricists are underground rappers, and that's why underground is the king. If you want real rap, you have to listen to underground rappers because a lot of mainstream guys are not lyricists.
And that's what I come back to. What gets pushed to us?
That's
because we're not the one. We're not. I mean, we're our producers, but we're not the majority of the producers that push all this stuff out to us.
That's what I'm trying to
don't sleep on Christian rappers. There's a lot of Christian rappers that are lyricists too that got bars. That people that are not the main.
And what is it that one dude?
But the mainstream got a place.
Is it NF or something like that?
The top Christian rappers are NF, Lecrae, and Andy Mina.
Yeah.
They gave NF the Christian title.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He just because he doesn't cuss.
He don't cuss.
But he gets it in for somebody who doesn't
cuss. NF a lot, and he got bars. But I'm like, this ain't Christian rap. He's talking about real life.
Didn't he get signed to a Christian label?
Did he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Oh well, then I guess he is now. He saw the market share, and I'm a corner.
I'll give him. I said he's nice. I listen to some NF and be like, okay, all right, but. I don't know. But in the long, I guess the main topic of it is hip hop has heavily influenced my life. Like I said, if I wouldn't have hip hop, I wouldn't be alive. I'm sure of it. It was always been an outlet for me.
Well, I can't even imagine life without it. So that's where I feel like we's at. That's awesome. It's cool watching it grow. We look at Snoop, old.
The nigga, Snoop's a grandfather. That's how long I've been listening to rap.
Like, this is the first time, man. Like, it's cool watching motherfuckers be grandfathers in rap. Well, Snoop's still putting out beats and rapping.
And then we said, then I think it like Jay-Z is like in his mid-50s and he's still relevant.
Yeah.
One of the few billionaires that we have to look up to and say, this guy's a billionaire. He's been doing this since, and he got in the game late. He didn't get famous till 31.
What about this, though? Now we have multiple billionaires that are on different planes of the game. Because now you got Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre ain't really rapping. He's still producing and stuff here and there, but he's more into this. You got Diddy in this.
Yeah, he was reciting.
Yeah, that's fine, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he don't even do that hardly now, but then you get Diddy, who's more in that's what I'm saying. Like, it's cool because this was never a thing. Like, it was never like nobody believed this shit was gonna happen. And here we are.
But like Ice Cube said, that music money ain't really money. You want that's why you open up. That's why you.
I think before. I think it's there now. I think it's there.
Other avenues.
But like I was listening to Midnight Miracle. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Like the fucking the way they set up fucking. The way they do business in music, you have to have other avenues even to survive because especially now, thankfully, independence is a big thing now. And you can, if you know how to work independent, that's where you make your money. Because if you can sell directly and not have that middleman taking their cut and you're getting like a small piece of a pie, now you can actually get a fuller cut. And you can sell directly to your customer consumers. It's
labels gonna label.
Yeah, because labels the 360 deals and all that shit that fucked over so many artists and not let them get their what they're worth. You're putting like a fucking smaller percentage, like a fraction of a penny on their worth. So you're telling them that they're only worth getting this much for something they created, and all you're doing is distributing. And you're telling them they can only get this much of what they created. So people were literally losing money trying to sell. And it's like a lot of people walk away from music realizing that, dude, I put my heart into this. This is my life. And I can't even take care of my family off of it.
Because you said Midnight Miracle. Think of Mos, I'm sorry, his new name. He's one of the most lyrical. He's one of the most lyrical rappers. He hasn't done much as far as numbers wise musically, but he's hella talented.
And even on there, like Yasin was talking about how Talib was talking about Yasin rather, and saying that when he met him, he was one of his most influential friends in music because he would go and know his worth. So when he would go into these meetings, he would tell labels or whoever he was dealing with they needed this much money to do anything, and Talib would think it was like an impossible number to even request, and they would actually give the money. He would give that money to all the people that work for him. So he was making sure the people around him that were working with him were getting paid because he knew his worth. Even when he would go to business. Yeah, so he'd be like, no, if you want me to do this, you got to give me this much money. If you want me to do this, and they would sit there and go, oh, all right, we'll give it to you. And he'd be like, oh, shit. So he would make sure that Talib's family was fed, or his other man was fed, or anybody who was working with him was fed, because he would go in and say, if you really respect me, then you pay me.
That's the bust down.
You hear that, Brown? If you respect me, you don't pay me.
Well, he said, this is the stick up. He's still from Brooklyn.
But that's real talk. Like, it's real talk. You have to know your worth. And I remember even when I'm thinking that was why I was heavily influenced. I remember when I came across Talib, when I opened up for him, he came off like an asshole in that fucking venue. But I understood. He knew, if I don't come across this way, I'm not gonna get my paper. So he told him, you pay me this much to get me there, this much. And then, like, when he just, you have to be an asshole. And I say that even further. Think about how many the billionaires that we know of in music or whatever. You have to be an asshole in order for them to take you seriously, because you have to know your worth. You have to come off unpleasant because you have to know what you're worth. So when you go into those meetings and they're trying to fucking like butter you up to get you to, you have to just go in firmly saying, yeah, this is what I'm worth. And I'm not taking anything less.
Right. Yeah. So you look unenthused.
Who? Oh no! I mean, I get everything that's being said. I just don't have no reply because I understand it. You know, I tapped out of hip hop a while ago. Like I said, now when I listen to it for the bass line, the beat, and that's it. You can basically take all the lyrics out as far as I care.
I feel like every time you say something like that, I feel like it's like you're proving the point of saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like, as far as like you have no interest in trying to learn shit else. It's not
that I don't like hip hop. It's just like most of the hip hop I hear is always so just.
But what I'm saying is, you're not avidly saying I could just easily go find what would interest me. You just kind of said what's being presented to me, I'm not interested in, so fuck it.
Well, my taste in music has changed too. My genre of music has changed. So I don't navigate to go search for it because that's not where my genre is anymore.
Say less. I'll send it to you.
Do you think your genre is? I feel like it's so heavily influenced from hip hop. It almost, to me, feels like a branch of it.
It is.
Nobody wants to say that.
Right, it is. It really is. It really is. It's just it does not have lyrics.
Just DJing in another sense.
It does not have lyrics to an extent with me. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
I will say this, Kevin. Like when I got into rock heavy, and when I started like listening to rock real heavy, and I thought about it, I said this shit is just like hip hop. A lot of this shit, a lot of times they're rhyming. It's just delivered in a different way.
Yeah.
Shout out the Queen.
And a lot of times, like with the beat, the drum, it's the same shit. Only thing different is with
We Will Rock You.
They just have a loud ass regular guitar over the hip hop shit. It's similar. It's a lot similar.
But like you said, to your point, if I was in a hip hop genre like that, I would actively search for it.
Yeah.
But I don't, because that's not me. Like my music I listen to, I do search for certain music.
Freddie Mercury.
You know?
So we gotta go get a bunch of Run DMC albums.
But like I said, it just
Aerosmith, Walk This Way.
You know, oh yeah, you know, hip hop has influenced a lot of things in this world, but now it's just I don't know. You know what's
we are the champions.
You know what's really weird? I've always been into EDM. I just didn't know exactly what EDM was in so much, and being a black person, being a black person, you tend to, how do you say, be unusual when you listen to EDM when you're black versus everybody else.
You listen to Swedish house music too?
I don't subscribe to that.
No, I'm like, okay, you take us three.
Shout out to Fred Durst.
Any of you guys listen to EDM music like that?
I've been not like that.
I can't listen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what
I've been to the clubs and all that shit. Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying that's what I mean.
That whole feel, like I used to hate that shit until I went out and experienced it with the people in the clubs and all that. I was like, oh, this is a whole different vibe. I get it.
Charlotte.
But like I said, you end up being an oddball.
He just named
So,
a rock.
There are certain like moods you can be in where EDM is good, but like I couldn't like listen to EDM from like hours on end.
right.
It's the
Man,
same
that's
thing
what
with
I'm
like
saying.
it's the same thing with like I'll listen to jazz, but I can't listen to jazz all day. The same thing. It's like eventually I'm gonna need some words.
What do you mean?
You want to know what one of my most favorite songs was in the 90s? You want to know what one of my most favorite songs was in the 90s?
Oh, wait. Let me guess. Just like a prayer. I can take you there. If you call my name.
Yeah,
No. You remember the group called Art of Noise?
That sounds familiar. What is their song?
They're one of their most popular songs has been in like dozens of movies. It's been remade. It's been sampled, and it's one of my most favorite songs. And it literally has no talking really.
How's it go?
Gorillas.
Let's see how favorite it is. How's the tune? What's the ditty?
It's I don't even. It changes.
You don't even remember your favorite song?
No. It's in my playlist. I have it in my playlist. But what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't stick to the same beat. It's a long song too, though.
On Stones, I see you.
No, but I mean, when you look it up, you be like, holy shit! And that was one of my most favorite songs. And then from there, I kind of drifted into the whole rave house EDM era, and I kind of just always navigated around that. And hip hop has always kind of been.
I love that house because house is straight up hip hop.
You do realize that they release instrumental versions of hip hop albums.
Probably, but like I said, I don't.
It's not a probably. They do.
Okay, but I get what you're saying, but you know, you got to remember too. When I look at things like that, I don't look at it as a 2023 view. You know, so I don't think they release things without music. You know, without lyrics in it. You know, but I do. You know, I thank you for saying that, because some of the favorite songs that I like in hip hop, because of the bass line and bass, I would literally go try to find those songs without lyrics now.
Oh yeah, get the whole Migos album.
I can do a song with no metronome. No metronome. No,
that's no Handlebars song?
The Handlebars. There you go. Handlebars.
Riding around with an ass in his, you know.
No.
Handlebars in his asshole. What kind of shit is that?
I can't believe this became the hip hop episode.
I can. That's why I started with the Pusha Teeth thing, because he said Pusha Teeth. That's a perfect segue. This is what I was excited about. Shit.
But like I said, I love
that 50 years. That shit is cool. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, that shit is cool as fuck, man.
But man, 80s hip hop, I can't do it.
It's dope, man.
Oh no, I cannot stand 80s hip hop.
They still call Timberland. They call Timberland.
Like what was it? The basketball song?
Did you just
basketball song?
Are you talking about Curtis Blow?
Basketball song?
Yeah.
You talking about Curtis Blow?
Yeah.
How it go?
I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. It's basketball.
That's not your shit, huh?
No. That
you didn't like it. You said you like storytelling. He's telling the story.
Like a jungle sometimes.
No, I just
he was pop locking to that shit. He was pop locking.
No, I was
that.
not.
How did you not like that?
Do you honestly understand that I was born in 75? 75.
Yeah, we get it.
Like in 85, he was pop locking and shit.
I was not pop locking at fucking 85. I was not 10 years old fucking on a block pop locking.
Yes, she was.
No.
With your cardboard and your spray paint.
To the hip hop. You don't stop rocking till you was there. I saw you in the video.
No. Oh yeah, so you saw a 10, 12-year-old in the video.
You was close. Yes. Damn, you was close to the birth of hip hop.
Yeah. I get it, but I don't that genre, that era right there, I really don't care for.
Yeah, you're too busy out there listening to fucking Tina Turner and shit. We get it.
No, I mean, you gotta remember. I mean, you're somewhat true. I mean, you're somewhat true because you got to remember, I'm 10 to 15 years old in the 80s. So you're listening to your parents' music.
They didn't believe that shit was gonna stick. My parents probably was like, that shit ain't sticking.
They didn't think that R&B was gonna stick.
No.
But I will say this: my favorite hip hop artist in the 80s though is 2 Live Crew,
of course,
and
the ratchet shit.
Hey,
2 Live Crew, Too Short.
All I want to do is zoom,
and,
boom, boom.
And Goddamn, I can't think of his name. My posse's on Broadway.
Hold on.
Sir Mix-a-Lot?
He said that he didn't like the way that the music degraded women, and he just said Too Short was one of his favorite artists in the 80s.
What's my favorite
Right,
song?
but I'm allowed to grow up and change.
Okay, so hip hop can't change?
No, I'm not saying it can't. I never said that. I'm just saying what gets pushed to us now is that way. When
Man,
it don't
I
need to
remember LL was talking about pink cookies in a plastic bag
No.
getting crushed by a building. We know what he was talking about.
LL was back in the Jeep. Oh, yeah. that was,
I still don't get how the reference getting crushed by.
LL made one of the most
I guess.
catchiest stalker songs I've ever heard in my life.
Which one?
Hey Lover.
Hey, lover.
Oh, yeah. Hey, lover, when you really think about that,
He was stalking her.
I thought you were
Yeah, he
talking about
was.
I Need Love. That's my favorite line probably of all time. It's like, damn sure ain't in my closet. Or
You know
under
how
my
many
rug.
times I have did it to the song I Made Love? I Need Love.
No, we don't know. We don't want to know. Don't
I
tell us.
just want to say that Hey Lover should have been called Hey Stalker.
Mm-hmm.
This is more than a crush.
Yeah.
Hey Lover.
Yeah. When you listen to the lyrics,
Didn't
but
think it
nobody
was
picked up
before,
on it
like,
back
He
then.
never talked to her,
Internet.
but he knew everything about her.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it was funny. I hadn't had a crush in years.
That's scarier, actually, because there's no internet.
Yeah, he's just following her around. He saw her at the bus stop.
All right. Peeped it. We peeped it.
And this was the head. It wasn't bad though. I give it up. I do miss the hip hop. Some of the hip hop though.
We have Spotify.
Your face when you, I said when you see it, you go.
So with that being said, this has been episode 102 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I'm going to call it the Hip Hop Podcast today.
Yep.
Because it was dope. This is much needed for me. I need to get this off my chest because I love hip hop so much. It's just part of me. Happy 50 hip hop because you changed my life and a lot of people.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
Apparently, Hunter doesn't want to grow, but he wants hip hop to grow.
Nah, he's gonna get on.
But he liked Two Live Crew and Too Short and groups that degraded women. But he doesn't like that. That's what was pushed to us. But that's what he was.
But back then,
embracing.
right? I didn't know that back then.
It makes so much sense. Too Short is his favorite rapper. It makes so much sense now. His behavior.
Whatever, dude.
It's all coming together.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's dope to hear, dope to talk about, and it's like it's much needed therapy. But till next time, I want to say thank you guys for rocking with us, and one more time, I am Studden McFly with these three guys.
Pusha Teeth. Ellis Wendell.
It's your boy Mo Lethal.
And they call me Hunter.
Peace out.
We out.
It's a wrap. That's all she wrote, folks. Thanks for tuning in once again. You can check us out on all streaming platforms. Click like, subscribe, leave some comments. You know what I'm saying? Is it Monday yet? Hello. Every Monday you got new episodes, so tune in. Have a blessed one.